Patch 6.3 League. Would Masteries do a run on Janna? 0-18-12 with wind speakers. Okay, patch 6.3. There's a page for 6.3, not here. Yes, 6.3 is live, guys. Let me get it up here and we'll go over it really quick. Turn this fucking music off. Alright, so patch 6.3. Treating summoners, don't care. Okay, so Akali. 40 energy restored at all ranks on her Q now, so that makes her stronger early. God bless. Dash speed. They increase how fast her R travels. Why? Probably they want to see Akali back in the game, apparently. That's not exciting at all for a support. Alright, so Alistar's W. Alistar can now buffer his Q Pulverize and will automatically cast it upon reaching his target. That seems pretty fucking OP. So you're going to have to work around it a little differently with that change. That makes it really easy now, though. Corki changes. They lowered the damage on his Phosphorus Bomb and changed the cooldown on his R a little bit. I don't think that's going to affect Corki much. I think Corki's still going to be top tier. I think what was broken about Corki is that he could literally turn on his E with a Sheen proc and Thunderlords and chunk somebody for like a third or half of their health as soon as he got Sheen. So that doesn't really mean much. Echo changes. His Q is now a lower cooldown. That'll help him in the jungle quite a bit. Might see more Echo now with a little better clear. Nice, they're buffing Gragas' Q. So they're changing his slow duration to 2 seconds from 1.3 scaling. So that's really good. You don't have to max Q anymore. Probably going to be W max again. Oh, and they reduced the channel time too, so that's pretty good. But didn't you only take reduced damage while using his W during the channel time? Or was it for the duration that his W's up? If it's for the duration his W's up, that's not bad. It's a little buff for Gragas. That's nice. What are my thoughts on the Ali combo rework? The Ali combo rework, I think, is going to help a lot of lower elo players pick up Alistar. Alistar's always been a strong champion. The combo's just been hard for people. So, little quality of life buff to him is going to make him a lot more playable. You're going to see a lot more of him. Graves. Do they delete him? What do they remove? Deathcrab Scutlin. Graves can no longer interrupt the 0.25 second recoil after his basic attacks with Q. Basic attacks no longer stun the Roof Scuttler. Okay, so that's pretty good, because you got a free knockback on the Scuttle to make it easy to kill. So he farmed stupid fast on Scuttles. What do they change on his Q? Second hit base damage. They're scaling his base damage down on his Q by a little bit. Not so much. Okay, so 5 and then 20, 20, 35, 15 at all ranks. 15 per rank. That's good. Graves has been doing way too much damage, so it's nice to get that removed. Fixed bug. Quick draw would interrupt Graves' reload animation. Graves will remember his last attack movement command after using quick draw. It's a little quality of life change for that. So now if you have somebody targeted and you E at them, it doesn't like change art targets and auto something else. That's pretty good. Alawi's been needing some changes. What are they doing to her? Delay upon missing, 0 seconds cost. They're lowering the mana cost. Tentacles that die within 5 seconds of vessel attacking them count towards removing the vessel debuff. Okay. Fixed a bug where Fiora could write post the application of the vessel debuff as it flew towards her. Fucking Fiora. Busted. What are they doing to Kog'Maw? His Q no longer passively grants Kog'Maw bonus attack speed. That is removed, and I think it's added to his W now, right? Now passively grants Kog'Maw. Alright, so they're trying to give Kog'Maw a little bit of a tweak. So you can still max W, but now you get the bonus attack speed on that. So you're going to be seeing more Kog'Maw. That'll be pretty cool. What did they do to Jax? They nerf him? What the fuck? Maximum passive stacks went from 6 to 8, but they lowered the overall attack speed that he gets. Attack speed max stacks. Never mind, they buffed it. Attack speed. Okay, per stack. They lowered it per stack, and they raised the overall. But he's not as unstoppable at lower stacks. So they buffed him. He just has to stack longer to get to that attack speed. I don't know why they would do that. So what are they doing to Poppy? They're lowering her damage a little bit, but upping her ratios. So they're probably... Okay, so Poppy was going like full tank top and shitting on people. So they're nerfing her base damages a little bit and upping the AD ratio. So that's going to force people to buy like one AD item, I would say. Heroic charge cooldown increased. That's necessary. Knockup duration on the R is now 1 second instead of 1.5. That's pretty good. She did kind of need a nerf. She was pretty strong, but I don't think their primary focus should have been on Poppy's kit as much as other things right now. Cast time. Okay, what is this? Kitty consistency no longer lands as sort of the target. What? So do you land on your target now? Cast time with Bola is reduced even more. They're trying to get it back to a usable status. Well, see, the thing about Jax, guys, is Jax has always been a split pusher, so he's pretty much going to have max stacks always while he's split pushing. If you go to confront Jax while he's splitting, he's going to have even more attack speed than before and max stacks. So I think you're just going to get boned even harder than before. Are they nerfing Rise? Okay. Passive on Rise now lasts for 5 spellcasts or 2.5 to 5 seconds based on rank of Q. What? Okay, so it only lasts for 5 spells instead of 5 seconds. Did he ever need more than 5 spells to kill somebody? What? Desperate Power, his R cooldown reduced by fucking 30, 20, and 10 seconds? What are you doing? No. No. All of this, no. Alright, so... Fuck, man, I don't want to see more Rise. That shit is busted. The 5 seconds of Supercharge being gone, though, hopefully... 5 spells. And then we move to Zin. Now additionally scales with 0.2 AD on his heal. Why? Now passively causes every third attack to critically strike for 25, 37.5, 50, 62, and 75% bonus crit damage for that attack. Does he... what? And his E is now 12 seconds at all ranks. I don't know why they would make his heal stronger. Zen never had healing problems in the jungle. Not once. Not even once. So, making his healing stronger is going to make him even more of a duelist now. Able to one-shot people. Being able to crit on top of having that heal. Sounds pretty busted, in my opinion. And also his E's on a lower cooldown for early game, so he doesn't need to max it anymore. Seems busted. And that new item's out, and we'll get to that in just a minute. What are they doing to Zed? Damage amplification. They are nerfing Zed's ulti by 5% at each rank. More accurately represents when a target will take fatal damage from Deathmark's detonation. Yeah, his Deathmark has been kind of buggy. Because you'll see the Deathmark on people like it's supposed to kill somebody and it actually won't. I don't know. Ziggs is taking a fucking buff. So his ulti is going to scale 1.1 AP. Base damage is going up by 50, 75, and 100. The outer damage, or the outer radius damage is going to be reduced by 33% though. So you've got to hit him kind of in the center if you want max damage. Warning indicator updated clearly to the sweet spot radius. That's pretty cool. Ziggs needed a little bit of something. He's always been a really annoying champion to play against because you can't push turrets on him. But that's pretty cool. He's gonna be fucking scary late game with a 1.1 AP ratio. This thing right here. What are we doing? 3250 gold, 75 AD, bonus move speed. It's got move speed and armor pen and 75 fucking AD. Alright, so Nightfall. For 2 seconds, Nightfall deals physical damage equal to 90 plus 20% of the target's missing health. If you get a killer assist on the target before Nightfall detonates, the cooldown is refunded. Alright, so you don't even need, I don't know. That thing seems busted. So just for using the active, you get 90 plus 25% of their missing health. Wait, is that an active or it's just on attacking? So it doesn't say active. It has to be an active. Anyways, the new item looks way too OP. Zed buff or nerf? The Zed thing was they nerfed Zed. They took 5% off his death mark. Kind of needed to happen. He's been a bully in mid lane for a while now. What are they doing? Seekers, build path, cloth armor plus cloth armor plus amp tome. So it's got more base armor on it. Alright, so that's nice. They're just adding more armor to Seekers. That's going to help mages a little bit better early. Warden's Mail, cheaper. Deadman's more expensive. Crushing Blow slow, 50%. Good, good. 80 Assassins have been way too strong, so being able to get armor... Yeah, armor needs to be a little cheaper, especially with that new item coming out. Sunfire, Randuin's... Wait. Now deals 50% bonus damage to minions and monsters. Bonus damage to minions and monsters. Alright, so that's going to be even better for split pushing now. You might even see more 80 items in the jungle with Sunfire Cape Rush afterwards, but I doubt it. Deadman's is usually the way to go. Move speed's just way too good. You'll see laners with Sunfire splitting though. Randuin's, what are we doing here? 50 more health, 100 less gold. Doesn't really change much. It's not a... Randuin isn't bought that often. It's a really late game item that people just don't rush right now because Deadman's and Sunfire are so much better. Energized damage, this took a little buff. That doesn't really do much. Move speed down to 5% from 7. Energized damage down by 40 later on. Static Shiv gets a little buff because it was kind of low. Nobody built Shiv anymore. It was only Rapid Fire Cannon. Phantom Dancer, total cost down. That's good to see. Now tracks how many times Spectral Waltz damage reduction saves your life in a fight in the tooltip. Weird. That's a nice change. More people might buy that. You were rarely seeing this item because it was really expensive for one, and the stats weren't anywhere near as good as Rapid Fire Cannon typically. 100 gold cost up on Boots of Swiftness, Lucidity, and Mobies. Doesn't really change much. People are probably still going to buy Swifties. Like, the reason Swifties were a big thing was because Ghosties and Iceborne Gauntlets were huge in the game. And being able to reduce the effectiveness of those slows was pretty important. And with the boot cost being the same still, you're only going to see Swifties and Lucidities most likely. But majority's probably going to be Swifties still since they're the same price. Oh, but they buffed the out-of-combat move speed of Mobies. Holy shit. You might see some of these with that. 10 more move speed, that's pretty good. Could give me some in-depth information about when to lock it and when to banner. Typically, when you're using your locket, you're waiting for the enemy to use some sort of AoE ability that's going to do a lot of damage. So if you can predict when they're doing it and deny all that damage, that would be the most optimal time to use your locket. Also, or when to buy locket. When you're buying locket, okay, so if they have like a decent amount of AoE damage in fights, you're going to want to go locket. If you don't have a lot of pushing power on your team, like you have terrible siege, getting a banner so that you can force somebody to split and possibly get turrets with just a bannered minion, that is a more optimal way. So if you've got poor pushing power, like say you're running a Vayne AD carry, a melee mid and top laner, melee jungler, and support, like you've only got like one range champion on your team, banner is going to be better so you can get some split push power. For fighting, though, Locket's always better for fights, man. Alright, what are they doing to Dragon? Basic attacks, burn turrets. Wait, what? Oh, okay, they're changing the second stack from Dragon. Basic attacks, burn turrets for 10 to 180 over 2 seconds. Dragon's dominance. You take 20% less damage from turrets. That's pretty OP. Is there like a hidden rule? Well, if they have no. If they have 2 to 3 APs, you pretty much always buy Locket because most AP champions are AoE. Like the only single target AP champion is going to be like a Kali in the game. Every mage is pretty much an AoE champion. So Locket is always going to be better if they've got multiple AP threats. If they have like one AP threat and you're not too worried about it, Banner's going to be better. So you can get that split push presence going on. Charging spells. What are we doing here? Recall no longer interrupts certain charge abilities. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Champ select. Free-to-play champions are no longer able to play in ranked. This is a return to how things worked before the 2016 season kickoff. Pick intent is no longer revealed to the enemy team when it's your turn to pick. Oh, okay. So it was like showing what people wanted to pick. So they can... Okay. It shouldn't show the enemy team anyway. Bans now appear in match history for games played in NCS queues. NCS new champ select? Okay. New champ select should feel more forgiving when logging in picks and bans with less than a second to spare. And Clay esports notifications, we got NALCS and EULCS notifications. We figure we just give both regions both sets. Players in LCS regions will see and client esports notifications for both the NA and EULCS. Oh man, more notifications. Bug fixes. Brand's R no longer forgets to bounce to minions if cast on a Blaze enemy champion with no other nearby enemy champions. It was forgetting to bounce? What? Yeah, Brand was bugged, wasn't he? Rexy no longer occasionally fails to go through a tunnel and trying to use a second tunnel. She exits the first one. The Raptor Smite buff can no longer be triggered while dead. Fixed a bug where the 6% max health heal effect of the Strength of the Aegis Master was calculated based on the health of the siege minion or large monster that was killed rather than the health of the user. Missing audio issues, Mac players, yada yada yada. Upcoming skins, more Sweetheart skins. Sweet. Alright guys, well that was the patch notes. That's patch 6.3 right there for you. So overall, what do they do? Boots, up. Armor cost is down. They put in the new AD item, Duskbladed Drakthar. Buffed Ziggs a little bit, nerfed Zed a little bit, really buffed Zin. Changed Rise, massively reduced his fucking ult cooldown. I think that's gonna be pretty scary. His passive, I don't know, hopefully the passive makes him not fucking broken. There's less scripters out there now. Poppy's getting a little nerf on her shit. Gonna force her to build probably an AD item if she still wants to lane properly. Jax takes a split push buff. Kog'Maw gets a nice little buff. Lowy gets a little tweak. Graves gets nerfed. Good. Gragas gets changed. Buffed, I think. Echo buff. Corki nerf. Alistar, quality of life change, and Akali got buffed. So overall, that's what happened.